Good morning and welcome back to North Dakota today. Well, I am very excited for this one. Not only is this interview with Ashley Morgan very nostalgic for me. She was one of my very first interviews as a baby reporter, but
that's so fun.
Unglued Craft Fest, best time in the world, and it's coming back for their 15th year at West Acres Mall. So please welcome Unglued founder Ashley Morgan. Good morning.
Yes, thank you for having me. So excited.
Yes, we're both so pumped about this. We can't stop running our mouths behind the scenes. So we'll run our mouth on camera now. What are we looking at here?
Yes, so we have a bunch of free workshops, but the main thing with the fest is these 80 incredible makers that are local and regional. They'll be showcasing their handmade wares. And it's everything from like this French toast candle by somebody from Fergus Falls, or in Fergus Falls, called Free Soul Candle Co. A variety of ceramic artists. It might be like a party hat cat. Or this is a thrifted vase that this fine artist from Minneapolis will paint. Ooh. And so she has a lot of things like this, as well as like stickers. We have a local artist, Josh of All Trades, who has like this super fancy lighter that he turns, acrylic turns, and has wood turned work as well, and 3D printed things.
Wow.
And then things like free workshops. So on Saturday, the fest is full of those, like a perler bead image. This maker gifted us this of my husband and I, and she's going to be teaching a kids class and an adults class to make this little picture frame.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you can get your hands in on the action this weekend. So it's at West Acres Mall, and you guys are kind of encompassing the entire mall, right?
Yeah, we call it like a maker mall takeover, basically. The mall is incredible to work with, and so 80 makers will be lining the main hallways of the mall, like JCPenney's wing all the way to Best Buy. And then the spaces that are open, we get to do workshops in and host all the crafty fun. And so it is definitely a takeover. There's a local libations lounge, Drucker Brewing Company, Bear Creek Winery. Drucker's bringing a fancy custom sloosh there, doing rainbows and unicorns with candy in it.
Very unglued coated. I like it.
Yes, totally. It's exactly that. It's very cute.
Awesome. Okay, so lots of workshops. Now, you brought a little craft that we can start getting into while we talk more about the fest. So what's this little guy?
Yes, so I decided that we're going to add this last night. If you happen to want to, this is not messy at all. This is using model magic clay. Ooh. And I was like, man, I feel like we need one more free fest flare station for Friday night. So in each of the courts of the mall, we have a drop-in make and take for like 100 people at least, if not many more. Wow. I think I bought like, well, 300 of these. So there's going to be 300 little octopi made. And model magic clay you could use at home too. So it's not messy. It's a mix between slime, foam, and clay, and it's air dry. And so after 24 to 48 hours, depending how thick it is, it actually air dries. And so we are going all things octopus with this fest because on our poster there's an octopus arm.
So we're diving
out
into
of a birdhouse. Yes, it's so cute. So we're making this teeny tiny little octopus. It's just doing a big circle and then a bunch of little ones for its arms. I learned it's an arm, not a tentacle. Oh. I hope I'm saying this right in the world of science and things. But model magic clay, you just don't want to pinch it a whole lot. Otherwise it kind of creates these like funny flaps.
It's lumpy.
It gets lumpy, exactly.
All right.
And so, yeah, and it's actually super bouncy too. So kids love playing with this. It's very like adult fidget toy vibe.
Yes.
Like, I just want to be busy with my hands while I'm at a Zoom meeting or something.
This is perfect.
Totally be doing this. But it'll be available on Friday night for anyone to stop by. This will be in the center court to make your own little octopus.
Amazing. Okay, so while I keep working on this little octopus, you guys have been doing this for now 15 years, which is, first of all, huge congratulations. Thank you. But also, tell me about how you guys have grown over the past 15 years.
Yeah, so Unglued started in the American Legion building in downtown Fargo in the dead of winter in 2011. We had about 35 makers at that, and we did kick off free workshops, live music right away, because we were like a mix of a craft fair with opportunities for you to get crafty. That just feels appropriate. Like, especially when you have cabin fever this time of year.
Oh, yes.
And 2011, just putting those modern makers together, they sold so successfully when they were featured as one fest. And over the years, we went to the Plains Art Museum, and then that was an incredible venue to host it in.
Yes.
Eventually, it was like shoulder to shoulder.
Surrounded by art, too. Yes.
Oh, we love the Plains. And then after COVID, we're like, okay, we need to spread out. And we found that makers having more space were more successful as well. And then you get all this mall traffic too.
Oh yeah.
That hasn't seen a lot of these makers or isn't aware it's happening. And so it's been such a good collaboration of exposing more people to modern handmade, local art, local makers, and all this cool stuff that you can do in your community.
So how many vendors did you start out with?
It was 35 that first fest, crammed into the American Legion building. And now we'll be at 80. So we did add 10 more this year than last year too, just because the mall, there's just space for it, and it's beautiful. Ugh, the fountain court will be back in. The Easter Bunny's not there yet this year, so we can be in the fountain court. And it's just these gorgeous spaces that they've created.
It really is. And if you guys notice, we're going to pop a QR code up on your screen here, and you can scan that, and it will take you to the full vendors list, and it will also take you to where you can get tickets. So scan that up on your screen right now. Now, of course, the most cool thing I read about this fest was you actually have kiddos selling their artwork.
Yes.
So tell me quickly a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we started that a few years ago at the Plains, where we're like, there's all these kids like under 16 years old making cool stuff. Let's feature them too, but not for the entire thing because it got really draining the first time we did that.
Of course.
And so on Saturday, 10 to 6, there'll be 8 makers ages 16 and under. Showcasing their wares in the food court area of the mall. And so yeah, the whole thing is free admission all weekend long, and the tickets are for our crafty lounge on Friday night, where there's a little bit fancier. So that's like this little octopus arm too.
So
but you're
no cost to walk through.
No cost at all. So check out those young makers. Check out the 80 makers that we've got both Friday night and Saturday.
Well, I finally finished my pupilless octopus. He's adorable. And thank you so much for coming on today's show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And you guys have to check it out this weekend. It's something like you've never seen before. So big thank you and congrats to Ashley.
Thank you so much.
And nobody go anywhere. Coming up on today's show, we're joined by West Fargo Events. That's right after the break.